Thank you. Hey, listen. What? There's no better way to start a campaign when the dark clouds leave, the sun comes out, and our rainbow comes out. This is a good sign for 2016. The first people I want to thank the St. John's Club. Kenny, you're back there. Can you hear me? Give a shout to the bartender, Kenny, and the crew of the St. John's Club. I want to thank my treasurer from Bennington County who drove up here, Amelia Silver. Amelia, thanks for being here. I want to thank my finance chairs, Jane Stetson from Windsor County and Jerry O'Neill from right down the road. Jerry, thanks for being here. And I want to thank a hero of mine who works at the best law firm in the state of Vermont. That's Legal Aid, Barb Prine. Thank you. And Barb, Jess would agree, I am a close talker. I want to thank Mayor Weinberger for his leadership, his commitment to making Burlington truly the Queen City, where everybody gets a fair shot and people are treated with respect and dignity. Thank you, Mayor Weinberger. I want to thank State Treasurer Beth Pierce, who came out early for me, not only last time, this time. Beth, thank you so much for being here. We want to thank J Donovan one more time. Come on, thank you. And the most important person in the room, my wife, Jess McLeod, who's here with Jack and Emmett. Jess, thank you so much. You know, I want to acknowledge somebody here who truly was the first progressive in the state of Vermont, who set Vermont on the path for what a wonderful state it is today, whose legacy is alive and well in my campaign. That's Governor Phil Hoff. Governor, thank you for being here. You know, it's fitting that we kick off at the St. John's Club. This place was founded by French-Canadian mill workers who, like many immigrant groups, faced unfair treatment and discrimination. They founded this club, they pooled their resources so they could get ahead. Many prospered, many became pillars of our community. But beyond these walls, those issues of inequality, of unfair treatment still exist. Whether it's the poor, whether it's the sick, whether it's people of color, people who are in the criminal justice system, or members of the LGBTQ community. My campaign is about providing a level playing field for all Vermonters so everybody gets a chance for success in this state. This is why I'm running. You know, I believe in people. I believe people want to do the right thing. All they need is an opportunity, and they will not disappoint you. We've done it time and time again. And when you take that belief and you apply it to the Attorney General's office, which is the chief law enforcement officer of the state, the job to enforce the law, that belief can turn into a new standard. And it's this: the best way to enforce the law in the state of Vermont is to give people the opportunity to comply with the law. We've done it. We've done it. Last March, Driver Restoration Day, as Barb said, over 1,300 people showed up. Not just to get their driver license back, but a chance to get back to work. We not only restored driving privileges, we truly restored hope and opportunity for hundreds of Vermonters. And we've done it in the criminal justice system by redefining how we define success. We said it's not going to be acceptable anymore to continue to put people who are sick in jail. That we're going to break down the barriers to health care. We're going to move people from the criminal courts into treatment, and we're going to redefine success and say that it's not incarceration rates, but it's admission rates in our treatment facilities and our social service providers that truly is the test of this community. We've done it, and we will continue to do it throughout this state. But when we do incarcerate people in this state, the state of Vermont has a moral obligation to do it itself. No more private prisons and the contract with private companies and bring the Vermonters home. This is a moral test of our generation in this state. And when we talk about criminal justice reform, we truly have to acknowledge it's a civil rights issue, because folks who have old misdemeanor convictions, who can't get a job, who can't get a house, are truly being treated as second-class citizens. It happens every single day in this state, and it's got to change. You know, we talk about the most vulnerable in this state. Do you want to meet them? Go down to the criminal courts. They're there. It's the victims. It's the defendants. And what we have to do is really have a philosophical shift about how we do business in this state. And it's somewhat radical because it involves prosecutors. We need to listen more, judge less, invest in restorative justice, and less in punitive justice. And I still believe that the best form of public safety is a good job. Yeah. We need to support small businesses in this state so they can continue to strive and provide jobs. And the Attorney General can play a role. I'm going to be accessible, I'm going to be predictable, and I'm going to be transparent. And so when that small business owner's trying to figure out and navigate our rules and regs, let's be a resource. Let's not wait till something goes wrong. Let's help small business in this state. When they're successful, we're successful. But let's acknowledge that any business, including the state of Vermont, their greatest assets are its people. And as Attorney General, I will ensure equal treatment for all Vermonters, regardless of where they're from or who they are, based on race, gender, or sexual orientation. We have a Civil Rights Division, and I intend to use it. You know, we can't talk about assets without talking about our natural resources here at the St. John's Club on the lake, on the shores of Lake Champlain. The fact that we have beaches shutting down, kids not being able to go into the lake, the fact that homeowners' property values are at risk who live near or on the lake is unacceptable. This is a national treasure. It's Vermont's treasure, and we need to clean it up. Yeah. Now, I don't know the answer. I know it's going to require resources. I know it's going to require collaboration, and I know that we all have a part to play. And I do know that there can't be any sacred cows in this debate, or there may not be any cows left in this state. This is an issue about who we are in Vermont. And it's going to be a priority for me as Attorney General. You know, anybody who knows me knows I kick off every campaign at the St. John's Club. This is where I grew up. Figuratively, Mark, figuratively. You know, I am so proud from being from this community. Grew up just right up the road. Was taught by the Sisters of Mercy who were in the room at Christ the King, and the great public school teachers at Burlington High School. Learned a lot of lessons from folks in this community, right at the road at South Park, whether it's on the baseball diamond or the basketball court, or at the behind the counter at Longe Brothers Market, right up the road from here. This community has given me so much. It has taught me so many lessons. It's shaped me in so many ways, and I'm incredibly grateful for it. And the lessons were very clear growing up here. Be yourself and treat everybody with respect. Here's my pledge to you as Attorney General. No more gotcha politics, no hypocrisy, just service. I will be the people's lawyer who stands up for every Vermonter, regardless of who they are or where they're from. The people who get up every single day, work hard, try their best, protect their families, provide for their families, and give back to this community. But when they fall down, we're going to pick them up. And we're going to get back on their feet, and we're going to help them move forward. Because when people are successful, this state is successful, and the Attorney General can get it done. But we know this. Success doesn't always come at once. You know, this campaign did not kick off tonight. For many in this room who I grew up with, who have been with me since I entered politics, this campaign is a really continuation of what we started 3 years ago. We've made so much progress. We've changed the conversation by being creative, by being inclusive, and recognizing the dignity of every person. There's more work to be done. We've remained steadfast in our commitment to these issues, and we have kept the faith. Now, let's finish this race, and let's win this one in 2016.